It's too bad for the king, though he owns 1,000 acres of mansions with trillions of dollars in assets, but he almost starved to death. He had to make a wish to a genie for a beef burger with salsa. Michael was the king of Mauritius. He had $1 trillion. But he couldn't get enough of it. Maybe his desire was too strong. A golden light appeared. The wishing wizard appeared and showed him how to turn stones into gold. The king was envious, so he wished for a pair of hands that could turn stones into gold. Michael was so excited that his wish was granted. He danced around the garden. With each touch of his fingers, the delicate flowers were transformed, turned to gold. Then he went to the pool. With a spiral of his fingertips, a pile of golden dog food was born. I don't know what kind of dog it would be. The king, not knowing enough, then went to the fountain. He covered the fountain with his hand. The clear water that flowed out turned into gold coins. The king was having a great time. He wanted to turn the whole castle into gold. And finally, he turned himself into a gold tooth so that he could show off his kingly qualities. Tired of playing, the king finally sat down to eat. But then the side effect of the golden finger came. But the big-hearted king didn't feel anything wrong. He was still immersed in the joy of gold coins. What he didn't know was, he was about to pay for his behavior. The king then picked up a banana with a smile on his face. But who knew that just as he put it in his mouth, the banana immediately turned into a gold coin. Now the king finally started to panic. He was sweating profusely. Suddenly he saw a glass of 82 orange juice next to him. But the moment he picked it up, the glass turned into gold. Even the liquid inside turned into gold coins and poured it all over his mouth. Mike was so angry that he smashed the golden wine glass in his hand, not believing in the truth. Mike was again served with roast chicken, so he picked up a fork and stuck it into the chicken, and then he greedily poured it into his mouth. But it wasn't that easy. The moment it touched his mouth, the chicken turned into a 24-karat golden chicken. The king was devastated. He was so angry that his face changed color. Finally, he was so angry that he smashed the table. He was not even satisfied. His hands moved one after another, turned the whole table into gold, and then overturned it. Finally, the king went mad. He started laughing like a madman. Then he went to the mirror and talked to himself in the mirror. What's going to happen to him? If he can't eat, he'll starve to death. But then a golden skeleton appeared in the mirror and even agreed with him. The king was terrified. He ran for his life, but he didn't expect it. An even bigger golden shadow appeared in the doorway and made a neck-smacking gesture at him. The king went mad with fear, ran straight back to his treasury and cried. The cry soon attracted the wish-granting genie. As the genie laughed at him, the king came to his senses. He didn't want the gold anymore. He only wanted the genie to take back his gold finger. He was willing to pay any price for it, even if it meant his entire fortune. Seeing the king's repentance, the genie disappeared, and then the king's palace collapsed. Even his clothes almost disappeared. The king was so frightened, he yanked on his trousers. This can't disappear. Otherwise, we won't be able to broadcast. There was a loud bang. In front of the king appeared the beef burger he'd been waiting for. But before the king could be happy, was afraid he was dreaming. He cautiously touched the burger on the ground. After making sure it was all right, he finally ate it with confidence. If you were given a pair of hands that could turn stones into gold, would you take them?